Hi there, Virgo. Welcome to the second half of October. And on the 30th, you're going to have a new moon in Scorpio, and this will be in your third house of communication. And so, you know, if you were thinking of starting a blog, or there is some other kind of writing project that you have been wanting to kind of launch, that might be a good time for that. You may, who knows, maybe you will meet somebody online and everything is going to be really romantic in a mental kind of a way. This is actually belongs here. Okay. All right. Could probably pull this back a little bit. Okay, so the theme for the last half of the month is the Seven of Pentacles. Because in the recent past, there is the Two of Pentacles. Now you see, Pentacles relate to your element of Earth and all the matters that connect with Earth, so material matters. The two sometimes indicates choice, you know, trying to decide between two things, torn between different options, but you know, in general, a lot of times you see someone with the Two of Pentacles, there's a lot of hectic activity and they are maybe working two jobs. That's like, or they have like two income streams, but it's like they're here, there, and everywhere. But if you see that ship, it can sometimes even indicate accepting a job where you have to go overseas, or, you know, it's something far away, and so that might be something that you're kind of mulling over. But with the current card, so that was the past, the recent past, and now you have this. I do feel that some of you may be trying to launch something in addition to whatever you're doing in your day job, and so it's showing that you were very kind of what's it called, like pulled in different directions, and maybe not having a lot of time because you're doing something else. Maybe moonlighting is another example, but I do kind of think more of something that you want to do. It's not just like, oh, I have to have a second job and I'll take anything that comes down the pike. It's like, this is something you're nurturing, okay? It's something you're nurturing, and it's a wait-and-see approach, you know? It's like waiting for your harvest to come in. And, you know, this card is associated with patience. I keep thinking it looks like George Harrison, you know, circa 1970, but that's besides the point. I just, you know, sometimes I have these interesting thoughts. But both of these cards, if you notice, are both practical energies. Of course, you know, we can't neglect to talk about love, and this could be somebody who is, maybe you're choosing between two different people, and, you know, it's a matter of getting to know this person better. Unless it's, you know, and obviously one of the people that you may be choosing from is a spouse, and maybe you're, you know, deciding whether or not you want to stay married, and there's somebody else, but you're not sure if that relationship will pan out either. In the near future, I get the Knight of Swords. So this is a card of, you know, really speaking your truth and doing so fearlessly. It could indicate somebody also. It could indicate like a lawyer. It could be like you consulting a lawyer if you decide to end a marriage. But it can just mean that this might have to do with the type of work that you're trying to obtain, that it's in one of these fields like the law, where you have to really use communication. You know, the swords relate to the air signs, and the earth signs relate to communication ideas. And so it could be in that line of work, in the legal profession, but it could be just in your personal life. You need to consult a lawyer. Also, it could be somebody who's an air sign who you are involved with. Maybe that's one of the people you were choosing between. So that would be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So that's always a possibility too. The higher message in all of this is the Ace of Cups. I feel like, okay, just talking in terms of job offers, you know, going back to that Two of Pentacles, the heart of the matter, and I'm saying that as a higher spiritual perspective, might be more in asking you to look at what you feel connected to emotionally and spiritually when it comes to what you're doing professionally. And maybe, you know, again, I say this a lot, but as earth signs, you might be so focused on the pragmatic side of things. Oh, well, this job pays more money, I'm going to stick with this job. That you're neglecting to see the value in doing something that you love. And so when I go back to that Two of Pentacles, I'm seeing somebody who may be debating, maybe you're juggling two jobs because one of them is something that you really want to do, but you feel like, I can't do this full time, it doesn't pay enough money, I have to keep my day job. But it could be draining you and distracting you, preventing you from really putting your all into your labor of love. However, with the Seven of Pentacles, it could be that this very cautious approach works well for you, because Virgos do like to kind of feel things out. And I have a moon in Virgo, so I totally resonate with that. And I think sometimes people fail in their business because they're just too overly optimistic at the very beginning, instead of being very cautious and looking at, you know, doing things very gradually. There's no, you know, you can always expand later on, and you don't have to like sink, you know, so much money into advertising or whatever people do that when they want to like kind of just start with this, you know, grandiose, you know, opening or something. And so many businesses fail that, to me, the conservative approach seems wiser overall. And the Seven of Pentacles is more of you, you know, kind of taking stock of how things are going. But right underneath it, you have that Ace of Cups. So it's saying, what is it that makes your heart sing? And what do you feel spiritually aligned to? Because even sometimes it could be an ethical question, is like, am I doing something that's really good? Am I really serving people in a good way? In Buddhism, they call that, you know, right livelihood. You know, am I doing something that is really in alignment with spiritual values? And, you know, maybe some people think that's quaint to even connect the two, but I feel like that's very important, that we're doing work that is attempting to help other people in some way. And it could be just, you know, working at being a garbage man. You know, you could be helping people. It's not, you don't have to do something, you know, like you know, Mother Teresa. You don't have to compete and be a saint or anything like that. You could be doing something very mundane and still be helping humanity, or at least be neutral in what you're doing, but not destructive, you know. So that's just something to think about as well. But definitely something that you know, you feel like you can put your soul's mission into it in some way, just even in a little bit of a way. What crosses you, what, you know, the challenge is the Fool card. So it might be a case of Virgo maybe being too cautious in a certain regard, and not being willing to kind of go out on faith, and wanting to see, you know, wanting to have those assurances that everything is going to be as planned. And so, just as I said that I think that Virgo is good in, you know, thinking things through ahead of time, there's always that extreme where somebody is so afraid of the unknown that they end up not doing anything. And that's, you know, an extreme. So that's something that you have to watch out for as a possible challenge in whatever this is, whatever it is. In this, you know, going back to relationships, this could be someone that is the perfect person for you. This Ace of Cups, it's like this new love just waiting for you. And maybe you're kind of, you know, hung up on somebody else who isn't necessarily good for you, but you feel that sense of danger. You know, the Knight has this very unstable, usually, except for the Knight of Pentacles, has this kind of instability. And sometimes people who are like that are very attractive to people who are very stable. You know, when they say opposites attract, that can sometimes be exactly what is happening. And so you may perceive somebody as, you know, slightly dangerous because they are unpredictable, and you know, you can live vicariously through them. But maybe there's a water sign individual who is, so that would be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, who is really even maybe very open about their feelings towards you. And, you know, you reject it because it's too available. And maybe some of you like the people that are unavailable. And that's problematic if that's how you feel. Obviously, that speaks to the individual. It doesn't speak to, you know, whether or not it's a good choice for a relationship. But people who are unavailable are people who are not going to commit in a relationship. And so someone may seem, you know, too safe of a bet, but it all depends on whether you want a real relationship, I guess, you know. And so it's just, you know, a possibility that someone, and it, you know, this person, since it's right below the Seven of Pentacles, this might be, it might very well be a fellow earth sign, and they are offering you love, and you have the opportunity to take it, depending upon whether you can, you know, see the value in it. And, you know, just as something to reiterate that, we have the Ace of Pentacles, that portal, walking through the portal, the Ace, the beginnings of a new relationship with somebody of an earth sign. Also a job offer for those of you who have been wondering and wanting one. Maybe the Two of Pentacles, you've been kind of juggling two jobs that you really don't even care about, and you've been waiting for this. So, and actually, this is a good year for that because you have Jupiter in your second house of earned income. So that can be very helpful in terms of boosting the money that you earn, the money that you bring in from the sweat of your own brow. So that would involve any kind of job that you're employed at. And you just had a new moon there on September 30th, I believe. So that may be kind of the aftermath of that. And the outcome is the Two of Cups. So this is a great card for committing to a partner. As you can see, they're making it official, or, you know, getting deeper into something. The Ace and then the Two is really like falling in love and committing to somebody. You know, is it going to be in the course of 2 weeks? Well, that would be a bit silly, but it can be for some people. Maybe, you know, you're reuniting with somebody that you were estranged from. in terms of the work front, you may go back to a former employer. Maybe they offer you a new position. If you had quit over some dispute where you wanted to get a promotion or something like that, maybe they come back and give you an offer. Now remember that you had Mercury in retrograde in your own sign, so there might have been some kind of delays, or you know, having issues, and now that Mercury has not only gone direct, but has kind of gone back to the degree where it was when it retrograded. Now you might see those old stories, you know, timelines kind of replay themselves, and now there's like it's like righting the wrong, so to speak, or, you know, the ship is righted in some way if there was some kind of a breakdown. So yeah, I mean, it's something, anything to do with kind of joining. Maybe you also are forgiving of a situation that caused a rupture. You do have 2 2s in this reading, so there may be something that you're choosing between, and I feel that it gets resolved in some way at the end of this time period, or, you know, whenever that plays out for itself. But I hope that some of you resonated with, or maybe all of you resonated with some of these cards. But if you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below. Otherwise, have a great rest of October. It's going really quickly, isn't it? Bye.